It didn't take much for me to have a shortness of breath. I had let myself, get quite large, and all of the different things that I may have tried never really held. They never really were successful. There was temporary success, and then followed by falling back to old habits and not knowing, at the moment, not knowing how to stay on track. I could have success for a few weeks, a month or two, and then just kind of put it all aside and go back to where it was. So there was never any real structure. The moment that I realized that I wanted to make a change, the time when I decided it was my time, was when my oldest daughter, who lives in North Carolina, was close to delivering her first child, and we wanted to go back and visit. And I knew how hard it was for me to get on an airplane, the size I was, and I also knew that in the amount of time that I had to go visit, there was not really going to be a significant change. I lived with it, I dealt with it. We got there. The pictures that I have holding my little granddaughter kind of make me cry, because I was so big, and it was really just embarrassing. You look out of your eyes and you don't see yourself being what you are, in whatever condition that is. But when you look at a picture, it all kind of comes down to home. And it was in that time, just before we left, that a coworker got on a program, not VITALIZE. This program he had some success with, but it was a point system. I don't remember the name of it, and it's, to me, not important. But it was a point system where he got a certain amount of points for a meal, certain amount of points for a snack for the day, and he had success with it, and so did his wife. And when he started talking to me about it and trying to tell me I should try it, the part I didn't like was, I don't want to have to buy box foods and count points. I don't want to have to count calories. I wanted something different. I had been listening to the advertisements on the sports radio when I listened to traveling around town doing my service work. And it really interested me, with most everybody coming back and saying, I get to cook my own food. I get to choose what I'm going to eat. There's options for anything. And it just kind of, all of a sudden, when I saw him with his success and me knowing what I wanted to do, coming in here and talking to the counselor, it kind of all was that moment where I decided, this is something I need to do for me. And maybe that's where some of my failure was in the past. I was trying to do it to make other people happy, or other people see me differently than I thought they might see me. I finally decided to do it for me. And I think when I did that, all of the burden maybe got lifted off, all of the challenge started, but the willpower was there. It just kind of like all of a sudden. When I first came into Revitalize, my weight was 337 pounds. At the end of that first year, I came back for my before and after picture, and I was at minus 91. Since going through the program and dropping the weight, the things that I noticed that I can do now, that I remember I had a difficult time doing before, I can go to the grandkids' soccer games, or dance recitals, or cheer practice, or cheer competitions. 100% doesn't even begin to tell you how much better it is. It's way more than 100% better. I enjoy being around the family. I enjoy being around myself. I enjoy seeing the success that I am having and have had and am still having with this program. And I'll say the word dropping the weight, because, that's my little old guy thing. So, it's just been a very pleasant experience in hindsight to see what I went through, and that I don't and never have felt like it wasn't financially worth it. It was definitely financially worth it, because I'm off of some meds. I'm maybe going to get off the rest of them if I do a little more. And if I don't, that's okay too. But to get off of most of what I was taking is just a thrill, because nobody ever gets off meds. They put you on them, and doctors don't want to take you off, whatever the reason is, but it's for health. And my health is by far much, much better than it was for the last 3 decades. I'm very happy. do it for yourself, because everybody else will benefit from your success. But if you do it for anybody but you, chances are you're not going to stick with it. If you're doing it for you and you start to see the benefits, you start to see the results, it just, for me, after the first couple of weeks, and I dropped weight in the first couple of weeks, and I dropped weight every day almost, because I had a lot to get rid of. And seeing those numbers coming down and seeing the size of my clothes coming down, and clothes that I had held on to for 2 decades, thinking maybe one day I'll get with it and drop the weight and get back into those clothes, and I'm finally back in them. It's just wonderful. I feel so much better about myself, and I feel good about what people say to me when they see me. People that haven't seen me in a while say, "You look really good. You've lost a lot of weight." And I go, "No, I haven't lost anything. I've gotten rid of it. I've dropped it, but I didn't lose nothing, because I don't want to find it. I don't want to ever do that again."